Welcome back to In Ohio Country Today. And we're out here at the beautiful Molly Karen Ag Center, right here west of Columbus. And with me today is Chris Lomers with COBA Select Sires, located right here in Columbus, Ohio. There's actually two locations really, but talk a little bit about your background, first of all,
Okay.
and then you could tell us a little bit about, at a 30,000 feet level, what COBA Select Sires is about.
COBA was started in 1946, and it was, as you mentioned, located in Columbus, Ohio. We still maintain the present facility in Columbus, and then over the years we combined with two other co-ops to form Select Sires, the federation. And today Select Sires is made up of 9 member co-ops throughout the country. COBA is the one that takes care of Ohio, Western PA, Northwest West Virginia, and then as well as 4 southern states in Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and Oklahoma. So that's what comprises COBA, and as I said, we're one of the 9 member co-ops.
Well, people are probably wondering, well, for those folks that maybe are watching our show that don't really have a farm background or a livestock background, maybe you want to really talk about what COBA and Select Sires is about.
So we market, our core business is dairy genetics. So we market bull semen to our member owner customers throughout the country and then internationally as well. We also specialize in some animal health products that we market as well to try and help our member owner customers, our dairymen that we serve. So most of our business is through dairy semen, and with that being said, I'd say 95% of our sales are in the dairy industry with a little bit in beef cattle as well.
Well, the dairy industry is, getting very, very, the herds are getting very large and kind of not as many herds, just as many cows, but not as many physically located dairies. How is that? How do you guys play into that?
Well, we try and our goal is to improve genetics and improve the profitability of farms. And as you said, the number of farms continues to decrease. I just saw a figure today where Ohio was down about 2,000 cows, but up about 2% in milk production year to date. So the number of cows continues to decrease, but through better nutrition and better genetics, our milk production per cow continues to increase. So, we maintain the supply needed for the consumers out there.
I'm kind of intrigued with, the whole genetics. It's one thing that, you provide the semen to breed the cows, but you also, in the breeding process, I'm pretty intrigued by not only but the fertilizing of a cow and then flushing the eggs.
There is some, what we call flush, as you mentioned, flushing cow, where they do multiple ovulations. We actually own some donors as well, where we own the females and try and produce the next generation through producing the next great bull and superior genetics through our own program. So we don't do a lot of the flushing per se ourselves, but we have veterinarians that provide that service.
Something else that I learned, and since we've sold the dairy cows, they don't have all that constant, interaction with, what's new in the industry, is the sex semen. I find that kind of, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Sex semen is something that was a new technology several years ago that it goes through a process. It goes through a flow cytometer where they are able to put a dye on the individual sperm and then sort out the female sperm versus the male, where with that new technology, it's about 90% females. You will see a slight drop in conception rate with the sex semen, but the advantage is that our producers can get females out of their best genetics in the herd, as well as have easier calving on their first calf heifers.
We've talked about the dairy industry at quite a length, but you did mention about, because I know beef cattle are becoming, more and more prevalent in Ohio. My brother went from milking cows to having beef cattle, and you made mention. Talk a little bit about some of the genetics that you guys really have for the beef industry as well.
We handle several different beef breeds, with Angus obviously being the most predominant. As you mentioned, beef cattle are becoming more popular. It's something that people can have a full-time job and still keep cattle on the side. And our goal is to try and help those producers provide a better generation of beef cattle and offer those AI services to them as well.
Well, you also made mention that, this is a co-op, and I think that's kind of important because the co-op means what?
It means that we return dividends back to our member owner customers. So it's been something that we've really strived to work as a true co-op for the past 10 years. We've averaged about 9% returns on people's purchases. So patronage is something that we try and focus on and make sure that we operate as a true co-op.
Well, Chris, if somebody wanted to find out more information about COBA and Select Sires, where can they go?
They can go to COBA Select Sires, www.cobaselect.com. So,
Thanks for being with us.
all right, thank you.